following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
This is Just for Kicks. Broadcasting live from Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star in Frisco. Now, your hosts, Judy Trammell, Haley Anderson, and Kelly Fenglass.
Hey everybody, it's Just for Kicks. I'm Kelly Fenglass, joined by Judy Trammell, Haley Anderson, and our rookie cheerleader completing her rookie season, DCC Amanda. How are you guys?
Good. Glad to be back.
So great to be here.
I know this is the only way we really get to connect with each other besides our team WebEx meetings. But Just for Kicks is just girl talk, but guys ought to listen. So anyway, normally we're kind of a group of great tradition, and I thought first we'd talk about the most untraditional Easter that we've all had, and then we're going to go in and talk about desperate times and desperate discoveries while we're all sheltered, and then finally we're going to take a deep dive with Amanda and find out a lot more about Amanda and what her journey's been to get here to become a Dallas Cowboys cheerleader. So first off, Judy, I know you sent me a few pictures and we all had makeshift Easters, but tell us a little bit about what you guys did for your Easter with your family.
Well, of course I made baskets for everyone, but this year with social distancing, we tried to stay away, and the kids came in the backyard and we had an Easter egg hunt, as you can see on the video, and then it shows us through the glass waving, but I'm not gonna lie, we did cave. We made dinner, but we sat outside and we sat separate, but at least I got to enjoy a little bit of Easter and watching them hunt eggs. It was fun, and it's been how many days since I've seen them, and it's been really hard.
How many days has it been? I was trying to figure that out myself. How many days we've actually, in our county, in our state, been...
I know exactly the day it's been since I've seen my grandkids and my children was March 17th. Mm-hmm. And that was Lennon's birthday, and I think that they had just closed the restaurants the day before. So since St. Patrick's Day.
That's
almost a month.
It was pre-St. Patrick's Day. I remember my last thing I was doing was actually having an editing meeting with Michael Villarreal on our design team, and we were at the Star, and we were at Cowboys Club. We were actually having a hamburger in the middle of our editing session, and the manager there came up to us and said, "You're probably having our last hamburger. They're closing all of restaurants in Collin County tomorrow." So it's kind of one of those moments we'll all never forget. Haley, I know you guys normally have a big, fabulous Easter tradition. Tell us a little bit about your normal Easter and now your new normal Easter.
Mm-hmm. Yes, so Easter is really special for me and my family. There's about 50 of us in our full family, so it's grandmas, brothers, and their kids, and same with the grandfathers. So there's usually about 50 of us celebrating Easter together, from going to church, having a huge Easter meal, and then it's all sweet until the competitiveness starts in that Easter egg hunt. I don't think you successfully go through it unless you have blood.
Haley, what defines, I'm sorry to interrupt you, the delay is quite fun. What defines a participant in the Easter egg hunt? What defines a child and the participants that can join in? I
mean, I feel like the adults are letting the child enter at their own risk when it comes to competing against all the people in their 20s. Meredith and all of our older cousins love joining in on the fun, so the kids do too.
What's in those eggs at your Easter egg hunt?
We do have some golden eggs.
Okay.
So we do have some golden eggs that everyone's like trying to fight for.
And y'all typically gather at a beachy, sandy destination as a family, right?
Correct. So we're usually at her house.
This year, what did you get to do as a family?
So we still kept to tradition, except for the fact that it's just a small group of us. It's me and my mom and my brothers and my grandparents that are quarantined together. and we were able to video chat in with our cousins, and we decorated cookies. So we got some time together with our cousins who are all with their own family members at home.
And Amanda, I know your family is originally in New Jersey. So how did you celebrate Easter with your family?
So before all of this quarantining happened, it was my mom's birthday. So I was planning on coming home anyway, but seeing the state of the world, I decided to put my cats in my car and drive. So I drove to Jersey, so I was here for Easter. And
I didn't realize you drove all the way to Jersey.
Oh, yes. I had just got a new car, too. So I put my cats in my new car, and we drove. But it was fun. It was a lot of fun. My one cat's been across country 3 times now, so he's a pro. But we were here. We were in Jersey with family, and we usually do an Easter egg hunt, but this year I cooked basically a Thanksgiving meal. I cooked a turkey, broccoli casserole, mashed potatoes, everything, and my mom baked a cake, and we had a fire. So it was really nice, really relaxed Easter.
Well, so you're in Jersey right now, is that right?
Yes, I am.
This is kind of like flashback pre-auditions before we even knew you, and everybody, and all the rookies for that matter, everybody's back. We visited with Tess last week, and she was back in Louisiana, and she shared with us about her birthday and festivities, Louisiana Cajun styled, and now you're back in Jersey. My Easter was very untraditional. First, I did my first ever YouTube live church service, so I went to church via YouTube. And then I'm not like any of y'all. You know, I don't cook well, but I did tackle. I've thanks to Kevin Curry and Fitman Cook, I've started tackling a little bit of online cooking. So, Judy, I started off with this pitiful little plastic Easter bunny plate. Well, actually, before that, we had Passover. You know, my family's an interfaith family, so we had Passover before Easter, and I think I sent you guys a picture of my matzo balls for matzo ball soup. They were shaped in the form of an F for my last name, Finglass. Those are not boiled. They once you boil them, they fluff up and puff up, and they're about 3 inches in diameter, like the size of a baseball. But that's the Finglass Passover, which is quite pitiful. I hope nobody's really judging. And then I transitioned into Easter, and I made 3 versions of deviled eggs, and I was quite proud of that.
Impressive.
I used a guy on YouTube that did his grandmother's recipe, and he had 3 different versions, and they were good. And that was our gathering. Easter for me, though, Judy, I kind of felt like you. I wasn't with my daughter, so I was FaceTiming my daughter, and I wasn't with my parents, and that's been probably my lowest moment so far was missing my parents, missing my mom. I had to FaceTime with Samantha, and and then playing the church music then really hit me hard. So I think that's been my lowest moment so far. But we elevated the moment at the very end. My neighbor started playing his piano, and we started singing, and I did a duet, virtual duet, self-induced duet with Brian May. It was kind of fun. I posted it on Instagram, but I social distanced. And then, Judy, I don't have cute pictures of kids, but I did find in my quarantine clean out, I found a picture of Samantha and Ryan, and this was from Lindale when I'd taken him to my grandparents, and that was the Easter bunny that came to it. And then Ryan, this was one of those mom moments. Ryan turned to me after the whole Easter egg hunt and said, "Mommy, why does the Easter bunny have a zipper down his back?" So that was one of those it's time to talk moments.
I do have a funny Easter story about bouncing off of Kelly and Ryan asking about the zebra suit or the zipper in the back. So we were I think this time we were in Florida, and we had done an Easter over at our house, and my cousins decided, because we have 2 bunny suits, a female and a male, that we bring out every Easter. And my cousins decided to get into the bunny suits. And so they go over, and they're with my grandfather, and they start pulling the liquor out of the liquor cabinets and like chugging all the alcohol in their bunny suits, just kind of make it a joke.
Oh, no.
My grandfather's kind of looking around, like, some of us know what's going on, the other ones didn't. And so they finally revealed it was them. And then later on, they went down to the beach and started running up and down the beach, trying to fight each other and just to see what the crowd would say. And you would have so many people turn around and just like look at them because they're like chasing each other with sticks and just trying to have fun and trying to get involved in the crowd. And it was entertaining to watch.
You had tipsy bunnies that went rogue on the beach.
Yes.
I think you just topped my story there. Well, Easter has come and gone, and it definitely, at the end of the day, doesn't make you appreciate the time that you do have together. I don't think we'll ever look at a holiday again the same when we finally do get back with our families.
You're right. I'm ready for Legos to be all over my floor and chaos. The things I usually gripe about, I'm ready for them to come back.
Isn't that the truth? Amen to that. I know. Well, listen, let's go to break, and when we come back, let's talk about what these desperate times and desperate discoveries, what we have discovered during our desperate times. I think we've got a couple funny things that happened there. When we come back...
The Cowboys Way, where Thanksgiving means spending the day with 100,000 of your closest family and friends to watch the game live. Where 16 Hall of Famers and 5 championships show us what success looks like. Where we're all defined by one single thing, the star. Where we as fans have the power to keep the tradition going. Bank of America is proud to be the official bank of the Dallas Cowboys and to support the quest of living life the Cowboys way. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America.
Copyright 2019, Bank of America Corporation.
Have you ever dreamed of being a Dallas Cowboys cheerleader? This may be your year to make the team. For the first time ever, the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders will be hosting online auditions with a simple application and video submission. This is a chance of a lifetime to pursue your dream and perform in the NFL from the convenience of your own home. Applications will be accepted beginning May 2nd at DallasCowboysCheerleaders.com.
Your new apartment's big. Such a great deal.
It's okay.
Just okay? What's not to...
Right above the subway!
Well, I bet you don't even notice it after the...
That's my neighbor, Angus!
A deal that's just okay is not okay. Get a great deal with America's Best Network. Come into an AT&T store to find out how to get one of our popular smartphones for $0 down. Based on GWS One score, September 2019.
Since 1865, Stetson hats are American-made with pride right here in Texas. And Stetson is proud to be on the field with America's team. Want to show your Texas and team pride too? You can. By purchasing your own Stetson, you can look just like how the flag guys do on field at every home game. Stetson hats, the official crown of all self-respecting Cowboys, and your favorite football team.
Get yours today at shop.dallascowboys.com or at stetson.com.
Back to Just for Kicks.
Well, we're back, and we said that we were going to talk about our desperate times and our discoveries during this time. We're all kind of learning how to live in shelter. So, Judy, I know you were talking earlier about not being able to be with the grandkids and your kids, and you sent me a photo that really, really made me giggle.
Okay. Chris, can you mute? Sorry. I'm trying to get, I don't know if that's better. Thank you. Yes. We had a week of things that I couldn't be a part of. And one of them was my son's birthday and his wife's birthday. They're 2 days apart. And so I had to miss both their birthdays. And Taylor's bored at home. So he put his face in with Tiger King, and his wife, Katie, is now Carol. Takes all laugh.
That's amazing.
It was funny. There was that has become crazy times, and everyone is wanting to spoof Tiger King at this point. So I found that quite funny, and it made me happier since I missed their birthdays. And also I miss, well, it's not my anniversary to miss, but we always celebrate every little holiday, but also Taylor and Katie and Cassie and Colin, their anniversary is on the same day, on the 14th. And so that's another holiday that went by during this time. So you really learn to appreciate, to have photos of everything. And
I didn't realize that Taylor's
your kids'
wedding anniversary is the same as Cassie's wedding anniversary. So, Amanda, tell us a little bit I know you had a long road trip with your cats. I didn't realize you were a cat lover, but I think you're a rescue cat, a cat lover. Tell us about your cats, their names, because you did some Instagram takeover yesterday, which was awesome, by the way. And I got to see your cats.
Thank you. Yes, it was so fun doing the Instagram takeover and kind of sharing little bits about myself that I don't normally share. So I have 2 rescue cats. One, his name is Gatsby, and I rescued him in LA. So he came from a kill shelter, actually. And when I got him, he was super healthy. Everything was fine. He was 3 years old. Took him for his first appointment at the vet, and his canine tooth was chipped in half. So they told me it was going to be $1,000 surgery, and I was a very poor 18-year-old. So I cried, and they did it for free. So that was very nice of them. He's just like all the people in Tiger King. He got a new grill, huh? He's got a new grill. Well, he's just missing one. So he's got one canine tooth, and then. In fact, I didn't know in cats they called that tooth a canine. I would think it's their feline tooth. I didn't know they called it a canine tooth. That's funny. What? I could be wrong. It could be a feline tooth. I know what tooth you're talking about. And then my other cat, I just got actually after one of our rally days. I adopted her right from a shelter in Texas, and she is a Maine Coon kitten, and she's missing an eyeball. So, oh my goodness! Yes, I love the cats that have very little opportunity to get rescued. So I take in all the broken ones and give them a nice little life. Well, good for you. You probably have seen some of the stories around Texas, well, probably nationwide, about the animal shelters are really need people to adopt because of what's going on right now. So. Good for you. That's awesome. Maybe we can do more with that. I know we've had people reach out to us in Dallas with cheerleader involvement when you get back, as soon as you get back. Absolutely. It's funny, when I went to rescue my cat from Texas, as soon as I walked in and I picked her up, the woman looked at me. She said, "Are you a Dallas Cowboys cheerleader?" Oh, you're kidding. I said yes. She was like, "I love watching Making the Team. I'm so happy you made it. Thank you for adopting." So it's crazy, the outreach of this whole organization. Well, speaking of Making the Team, I mentioned it to you guys on our team meeting, but we're going to be really changing up auditions this year, and I would be curious of your opinion. We've spent days now and days developing an audition platform that's robust enough for people like you. Imagine you back in LA and you want to try out, and now you can't travel. So we're going to have a platform where someone like you could videotape yourself dancing for 60 seconds and fill out an application and submit your pictures and submit your video and have your video just like you want it before you submit it. And that is going to be and will be our first round of auditions. We're going to open those auditions for online submissions on May 2nd. We're going to have open auditions from May 2nd through the 15th. But can you imagine how many people might try now that they don't have to travel for the first 2 rounds of auditions, and they don't have to spend money on a costume, and we've asked them not even to submit professional photography. This is just not the year for that. What do you think about that? You think more people will apply? Absolutely. I think it really broadens the horizon and the reach. It does get expensive to travel, and then you have to think about hotels, costuming, all of that kind of thing. So I think it really does open a world to a lot of people that wouldn't be able to get there, or who are very intimidated by audition processes. I think that it's whether they really want to do it because they want to make the team or because it was just a goal to audition in general. I think that you're going to see a lot of people sending in video submissions that might not have if they had to have traveled all the way to AT&T. It's going to make our jobs harder because we're going to have to pour through hundreds, maybe thousands of applications, but I'm hoping that it will give the opportunity for some that haven't done it. This is historic. We have never done anything like this, so it's historic. It may be trend-setting. Who knows? We may kind of carry on. I know we're also developing online dance classes
Since 1865, Stetson hats are American-made with pride right here in Texas. And Stetson is proud to be on the field with America's team. Want to show your Texas and team pride too? You can. By purchasing your own Stetson, you can look just like how the flag guys do on field at every home game. Stetson hats, the official crown of all self-respecting Cowboys, and your favorite football team. Get yours today in the Stadium Pro Shop or at Stetson.com.
Your new apartment's big. Such a great deal.
It's okay.
Just okay? What's not too...
It's right above the subway!
Well, I bet you don't even notice it after the...
That's my neighbor, Angus!
A deal that's just okay is not okay. Get a great deal with America's Best Network. Come into an AT&T store to find out how to get one of our popular smartphones for $0 down. Based on GWS 1 score, September 2019.
Essilor is a proud sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys, helping fans see more and do more with our best vision solutions. Our lens technologies reveal a world more beautiful than you can imagine. For a limited time, get the Essilor Next Gen offer. When you buy the latest generation of Transitions lenses with select Essilor lenses, you can choose a second pair of clear lenses for free with qualifying frame purchases. Restrictions apply. Find a participating eye care professional by visiting EssilorUSA.com. Essilor. See more, do more.
So, you're shopping, and that's when you see it. Aisle 23. Dr. Pepper stacked from top to bottom as far as the eye can see. The phrase too good to be true comes to mind, yet there it is. A rich, delicious Dr. Pepper paradise. Wait, did that can of Dr. Pepper just open itself for you? They all are. As if to say, so nice to treat you. And even though it feels weird to talk to a can, you pick one up and say, it's so nice to be treated. Dr. Pepper, so nice to treat you.
Back to Just for Kicks.
So we're back on Just for Kicks, and we were just talking about desperate times and desperate discoveries, and our discovery is workarounds with technology. We've lost Amanda, but I'm here, Judy Trammell is here, and Haley is with us, and we just left off on some kind of how we're coping. And Judy, you were saying that you're coping through this through photos with your children, and yes. We saw Taylor and Katie's Tiger King pictures, and we saw Cassie and Colin's wedding picture. Haley, how's your coping going on your Peloton? Who's winning the Jones family Peloton race off?
Yes, so it's been pretty competitive. I feel like it's Groundhog Day sometimes around here. getting in our routine where I'm doing the Peloton for about 30 minutes in the morning, and then I'll log on with the trainer, do an hour with him, and then probably jump back on because I'm on a competition with my brother's girlfriend through our Apple Watch. So you have 600 points a day you can get. So I'm in the gym constantly in between calls, after calls, just kind of keep myself sane during this process. But,
you're going to come back
for 5 weeks in a row.
I'm sorry, what? She's what?
She's been on it 5 weeks in a row.
That's amazing. Y'all are going to come back. Y'all are going to come back to the Star all fit and toned, and I'm coming back. Not.
Me neither. I think I'm up 8 pounds. I'll admit it. If I say it, I'll get serious.
Well, speaking of ups and downs and how we look, my hair took a turn for the worse. And so in my desperate times, I reached out to our friends at Tangerine Salon, and they were so great. They are putting color outside the door of their salon if you have, a formula, which I did. And they left me hair color in a brown paper bag, and I went and picked it up and brought it home. And then I FaceTimed with Marshall from Tangerine, and he talked me through it step by step. And it was hysterical. First of all, just taking there was a part 1 and a part 2, just mixing the chemicals was very intimidating. I was very nervous. Janet had told me about from the time I pick up the color, I only had 45 minutes before it goes toxic. So I was really nervous, and I took a video of it. If I can figure out how, I'll post it. But Marshall talked me through it step by step. We had so much fun. We talked through television. We talked through
personal, emotional things we're going through. And I painted my scalp and my roots and half my cheeks and chin, and I did it though. And so actually at the end of a 35-minute processing system, I did my first blow dry, I think, in the entire quarantine, because Judy, as you know, I've been doing my updo.
Right.
And
I think we all are, Kelly.
Yeah, I know. Hey, and we'll talk updos next week, because we've got a whole thing to go on over there. But it was fun, but most importantly, it was so fun reconnecting with Marshall and what's going on in his life. So that was my desperate time. I've killed the roots he said I've got about 2 more weeks, and then it's back to ground zero. I'm going to be in trouble again. Judy, how are you managing with your?
I've done a box once. I'm pretty gray, but that was 3 weeks ago. So I've ordered 2 more boxes that have come in. So pretty soon I'm going to have to dig that out again. I'm just afraid I'm going to break it all off.
Oh, I know. I was scared to death, but I was using the Aveda products with Marshall, and he said that it wouldn't, like, my hair wouldn't just fall out, that it stops processing after 40 minutes or so. So it was the best starter kit I could get. And I really appreciated their support, but it was hysterical. I took pictures, and it's something I'll never forget.
But
never forget.
Step by step with you. That's the best part.
Well, and you know, Marshall, his voice is so angelic. And
yes.
My mirror is this bright light. And it actually, if you look at the picture, it's like Marshall's coming out of my computer with a big halo around him. And he looks biblical anyway. So we were laughing so much. But that was that. Well, let's wrap it up with some questions, because I know so many people are just kind of curious about what's going on right now with the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders. So, Judy and Haley, I think you guys collected a few questions.
Yes. And one of them you may have talked about earlier a little bit. Ever thought about just having a class or seminar that runs throughout the year for those who can't try out but want to dance the DCC style?
Well, Judy, you know, I mean, we've spent the past 2 weeks on so many presentations and trying so hard to find the right way to do online classes, and we're going to do it. Now I've got that Barbie and Smithsonian mentality. We're going to do it. I think it's a great way for people all over the country to get to take dance with us that aren't in our physical studio. So the answer is yes, and we're just learning technology. I want it to be professional, and we're exploring different things. But I know I talked to Kashara a little bit today, and we want to do a little bit maybe on IG Live or IGTV. And we're hosting the prep classes, as you know. I think JC's teaching tomorrow live.
Yeah, that's a great way to start it.
And if anybody's interested, that you go to DallasCowboysCheerleaders.com, and then you can register for the class. It is on a platform called WebEx, so you'd need to download the WebEx platform before you actually take the class. But our numbers on our online classes have doubled from the physical numbers, so I only believe that has huge exponential growth, and I'm very excited about being able to reach and engage with dancers that way.
I do too, and I think it's awesome for the girls that want to take the class, but there's some that aren't interested in trying out, but they do want to just kind of learn our style, and it's a perfect way to do it. If you don't want people to see you, turn your camera off and have fun just trying to take the class.
Haley, I'm sorry.
No,
yes.
I was going to say, what's one of the most common questions you hear being asked of the organization, the football team, the ownership? What's one of the common questions that you're fielding?
I haven't really gotten many questions. I think a lot of it is more of everyone's ready for sports to begin.
Yes.
And the draft. I know you had mentioned.
And the draft's coming up a week from today. So they are doing a live stream draft. So that's going to be exciting for everyone to kind of feel like football's coming back.
Can you believe the draft is in 1 week? That's amazing. And I've been on a couple calls where we're doing some virtual cheerleader appearances, but what is that going to look like with all the players in their own respective homes and shelter?
You know what? It's definitely going to be different. I don't know kind of how they're going to be talking from that standpoint. I do know, as you saw in late past drafts, that the later rounds are usually from players' homes, with camera people showing up and airing them. So it'll be interesting to see the fact that it's going to be live in websites. So.
Right, with no cameramen, no people in the house.
Right.
I think that's part of our challenge here on Just for Kicks is none of us are lighting directors or broadcast professionals. We're learning. Exactly. I'm learning something new on technology every day. I've finally learned how to kind of post on my Instagram story, which I'm sure y'all saw yesterday. Yeah. So slow down there. But what were some of our other questions? And then we may need to call it.
Joe, I can't say his last name, Ducour, what is your go-to food during the quarantine time? That's a hard one because I am sick of trying to figure out what to cook every night. I'm kind of sick of food right now.
And I'm starving because I haven't had breakfast or lunch or dinner.
I know I haven't eaten lunch yet.
We've obviously gone through some of the frozen things. And actually, y'all, here's a new tip. I found out that you can order online, be delivered from Costco, or at least in my area. And I love Costco's beef, and they've been very plentiful with their stock. So with Ryan home, he's this new chef in town, and we've been doing a lot of steak, but it's only cooked by Ryan. When I'm cooking, it's a prepackaged salad. I did my Instapot pot roast. I'm going to hit that one more time. And my skills are limited in that department. Haley, how about you? Are you cooking or snacking?
I don't leave the cooking to myself. I usually will try to eat light, but the fact that my brother's a senior in high school and trying to gain about 20 more, 30 more pounds. So it's like he's eating enough food for 3 or 4 people, and I'm having like half of what he's having. So I do get a little bit jealous when he's sitting there with some tacos and a whole bowl of spaghetti, and I'm like, yeah, I can't eat that. I can, but I shouldn't.
I know. And I was wondering about your brother. I mean, he's training to hit college football, and I was wondering what he's doing in shelter. How does that work?
So he's been great. He's actually been doing a virtual online trainer and just using the equipment we have, and then just eating food in bulk. So he's been doing the best he can.
Yeah, that's all athletes around the world right now. This definitely has had an effect on every industry. Mm-hmm. I did the workout with the girls when we did. Amanda actually taught the
booty yoga.
Yeah, the booty yoga, and I took it outside because it was finally the sun was out, and I went out there, y'all, and I was trying to do. I mean, there's so much classic Lucille Ball in this for me. I was out in the grass trying to do push-ups, revisit my push-ups, and then I realized about 15 minutes into the workout that I was reminded that I actually have a grass allergy. So I started, so I started breaking out in hives, and I hit the camera button, and I'm sure the girls thought I was bailing on the class, but I really wasn't. I was just breaking out in a grass allergy.
That's not good.
Well, I think we've covered a lot of topics, and I'm so glad to see you guys again. And I know our president is making a big announcement right now, so hopefully we'll have a little bit more direction on where our industry and sports are going. We'll be involved in the draft together, and then we'll do a Just for Kicks right after that. So I'll see you guys next week.
Okay,
perfect.
Sounds good.
See you guys later.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!